we got exclusive video. This is TYT exclusive video right now. This is from Larry King now. Larry King interviewed George W. Bush, Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld today, and Donald had some interesting things to say about this whole AP kerfluffle and President Obama. Let's take a look.
Be fair, didn't Republicans used to press people on finding out sources? Let's get it, what they're doing.
Well,
let's learn something beforehand. Didn't you want them to do things like this? Honestly?
Want who to do what? to subpoena or go after all your sources? No, I've never seen that happen in my life, in any administration. It's most unusual. And I think the Attorney General Holder said that. He stood up at a press conference and said that he'd never seen it before, and this ranked among the top 2 or 3 most serious breaches of security that he'd ever seen. I don't know what he was talking about.
Who ordered that?
President. I had to. I mean, there have been other administrations that have looked for leaks, to be sure, but I've never seen anything of this magnitude. And
Nixon tapped phones.
Well, I mean, Kennedy and Johnson and Nixon back in those days, they did some phone tapping. Normally when the FBI or someone's going to do that, however, they go to a special court.
Did Hoover do that? We're going back a little. I doubt he did that.
He must have. I have no idea. He was around in the Nixon administration.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm. So you're saying this AP thing is...
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
All right, there is Donald Rumsfeld taking the moral high ground, because it's always so easy to do when you are no longer working for an active administration. Now, I heard a lot of groans and hemming and hawing during that video. Jimmy, you first. I mean, this is just low-hanging fruit, right? You're not working anymore. So now, of course, you can be honest about everything about how the administration really works.
Yeah, he's never seen anything like this, because I guess he wasn't around during the Pentagon Papers scandal, and they had a year-long grand jury in Boston trying to find out who, and nothing ever came of it, and they subpoenaed everybody, but they also went after people themselves. Maybe not on this grand of a scale with the AP, maybe that's what he's referring to, but they certainly went after the person who disclosed the
Valerie Plame and the whole...
Oh my God, all that stuff, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Valerie Plame dated, I don't know if it's administration, but I mean...
They were outing CIA operatives.
Yeah,
I mean,
Phil Donahue, gone. Ashley Banfield, gone. Anyone who was anti-war, gone during the Bush years. So, I mean, for Rumsfeld to sit there and pretend he's never seen this before. Oh my God, I can't believe the administration is trying to silence the press. What nonsense. What nonsense. That said, I do think that this AP scandal is a real and legitimate scandal, and it actually makes me really angry at the administration for doing this, because it is an all-out assault on our freedom of the press, and they are doing this intentionally and willfully. And look, the real scandal of the AP scandal is that it's actually legal.
Right.
That's the worst part of it all, that our laws are such that now the government can do this and effectively destroy our freedom of the press.
Right, so just to be clear, the Department of Justice has done nothing wrong in terms of legal terms. Right now, right this very second, the government can go into your emails and go into your Facebook and go into your Twitter and all that stuff. So now the media is responding to this because this is about the media, but maybe we're finally getting to some critical mass here, right?
Well, this is what I've been saying. It's like, so we all know that with the Patriot Act, that the government has the ability to read our emails and tap our phones without a warrant. They don't even have to go to the FISA court. They can just do it and say it's because of terrorism, which is what this case was about.
Yeah.
So, and the AP is all of a sudden pissed off because they got their phone records. They can read your email. And you guys don't care about that? It's very close to that, the people who want their guns, because the Second Amendment, we're going to have our guns to fight the government when they come to take our rights. So they already took your rights away.
Yeah.
So now you're just fighting to have your guns, Same thing with the AP. They already took your rights. They're already reading your emails and tapping your phones if they want to, and they don't even have to tell you. But for some reason, the government didn't do it in this case. In this case, they went the old route where they have to subpoena your phone records, and they're supposed to give you a warning that they're doing that. Mm-hmm. And they didn't do that in a timely fashion, which was also another problem. But it's the broadness of this investigation that's getting them in trouble. So it was all how they got general phones records from the general phone line at the AP office in D.C. That's a big no. So, so you know what I'm talking about, Steve? Like, how could this be a scandal when the stuff that they're already allowed to do is even worse?
Well, it seems to me that this is purely because it's about the media, right? I mean, the media is going to get upset when it's about themselves.
Right. Well, I mean, the reason why this is a scandal to me, Jimmy, I mean, you're absolutely right. The government can already just do all this stuff anyway, but here they went the extra route, the old-fashioned way of using a subpoena. Well, what that does is that it actually intimidates the reporters even more. I mean, if they just secretly just took your stuff and they came after you after they find something, then you just go about your business just doing your job. But if they hit you with a subpoena, then you're scared and you're thinking, oh my God, like I can't do my job anymore. And it has a massive chilling effect, and that's intentional.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say. Is this intentional? Because to me, it does seem that they've already accomplished what they wanted to accomplish. They sent the effect through the system now, and people are going to be second-guessing things. Versus whether the argument about the legality of it, that'll just disappear.
All right, now let me get mad at Eric Holder. Okay, this man who is so gung-ho going after the AP reporters. In fact, he said this is one of the greatest threats to our security and our liberty. What a joke.
He's the guy in charge, by the way.
This is the same idiot who refuses to prosecute a single banker. Too big to fail, too big to jail. God forbid we even try to press charges against the banks. It might destabilize our financial system. So we're not going to do anything to the banks. But when it comes to Aaron Swartz, when it comes to Bradley Manning, when it comes to AP reporters, then we will use the full force and strength of our government to crush you. And not only to crush you, but to crush anyone who thinks like you and prevent you from ever doing anything that might jeopardize this imperial government.